back to Frozen Farms, everybody.
So welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about some of the things we learned in our first microgreen grow. We've made a few mistakes and we learned a few things. So one thing we really learned about is watering frequency. If you don't water your little babies enough, they're not going to be happy. They're going to look like, as Isaiah says, like a tire ran over them. So Isaiah, after your seeds germinate, about how many times a day do you want to water them?
Well, once they're in the middle of the process, only one time. But then when they get really big, you want to water them 2 times and a lot of water that 1 and 2 times.
There you go. We found that when the plants are smaller, about 16 ounces of water is good. When they get a little bit bigger, you may get closer to that 20, 24 ounces of water to keep those plants going. Another thing we learned is seed density. So Isaiah, are there some crops that you wouldn't want to plant as many seeds with?
Yes.
Can you tell us what are one of those crops?
Kale.
Yeah, because kale gets pretty dense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really thick canopy.
So maybe only use about 1 ounce when you do? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, cool. So let's talk about harvesting frequency. Isaiah, are there some crops that you can harvest more than once?
Yeah, one of those is wheatgrass. We've been harvesting our wheatgrass 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So that way your crop can keep going and you don't need to restart it. So another thing we learned is that when we're germinating, we don't have to have each tray on its own with a cover on its own.
No.
So Isaiah, can you stack the trays when you're germinating?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just put a cover on that top tray. So the other thing that we learned about was watering method. So when we started out, we were top watering our trays with a watering can, and there were some problems with that. It was hard to get water down through the canopy, and then we were worried about mold too. So then we switched over to a different type of tray. Isaiah, can you tell everybody what type of tray we're using now?
Bottom water trays!
Yay, much better. So with bottom watering, how do you do that?
Can I show?
Sure.
Okay. Bottom water is, so you'll have a tray right here, right? You'll have the tray with all the plants. Then there's another tray. This tray has holes so the roots can get to the water, and you fill that tray up with water and then they drink. Versus the top watering, we had used a watering can and poured water, but that didn't work, as you know.
So those are called bottom water trays.
You said that.
And they've worked really well for us. Thanks for pointing that out.
You're welcome. Like a million times we both said that.
So next, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to be playing with on Frozen Farms with microgreens. So Isaiah, are we going to be messing around with azomite a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, azomite's pretty cool.
Really, all the plants love azomite, but the plant that loves azomite the most is the wheatgrass.
Yeah. Does it make the wheatgrass nice and juicy?
Oh yeah, makes it juicy.
So we're going to play around with that a little
Yummy
bit.
juicy. Anything else?
I think that covers it.
Cover.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time on Frozen Farms.